welcome to the Malden Chamber Showcase. I'm Lisa O'Loughlin, host of the show, and as always, it gives me pleasure to bring you information about the Chamber, about our city, what's going on, and we have lots going on. I always start by welcoming our new Chamber members, which is Network Technology Academy. I think they're right down here across the street from MATV, down a little ways. East Cambridge Savings Bank, Three Circles Studio, and the Frosty Nug, which is a pretty clever little name for our new cannabis dispensary. I also like to talk about our renewing members. Thank you all for keeping your membership alive and well, participating in the Chamber, and remember to go to the Chamber website for all and any information, including posting your jobs that you may have, needs you may have, advertisements should you choose to do so. It's a wealth of information on the Chamber website. Upcoming events, our biggest current upcoming event is the Comedy Night, in case you missed my little sign here. We will be talking about that at length, so I'm going to move right on and talk about two other upcoming events. September 24th is our After Hours Ales and Networking at Idle Hands Craft Ales on Commercial Street. It's free for members, $10 for non-members. And if you haven't been down there to taste some of their craft beers, I suggest you go. I always talk about the value of networking, meeting new people, sharing business cards. You get referrals, you make referrals, and it's all about that networking and sharing. Also, our membership committee works diligently at new members. We try to pair you up with us older members so we can bring you in, introduce you, and get you going. So if you are a new member and you're hesitant, a little shy, you don't know anybody, it's like the first day of school, give the Chamber office a call and Joan will make sure that you are paired up with someone who will meet you and bring you around. The other upcoming Chamber event is on September 27th, and that's the Paid Family and Medical Leave Law for employers. If you need information about this, I suggest you attend the September 27th. It's a law that goes into effect October 1st. Both the employee and the employer have a responsibility. There are papers to sign to make it all legal and upfront. And as with any government regulation, you know, there's no let's do it next week attitude on that. So the Paid Family and Medical Leave Act Forum is being presented by the State Department of Family and Medical Leave, and it's going to be at the Malden Senior Center right here at Washington Street, the corner of Washington and Pleasant, and it's at 9 a.m. to 10:30. It's free and open to the public, but you have to register. And like I said, the next one coming up, October 10th, is our Comedy Night. After that, we're right into the Halloween trick-or-treat in Malden Square. All of our businesses can participate. Hundreds and hundreds of children and families come out, and it's a great opportunity to showcase your company. And last is November 19th. We have a new member reception, and it's welcome for all of our new members for the year. So whether you joined a year ago, last week, last month, we're going to let you know to come to this networking event. Location is to be determined. And again, info@maldenchamber.org is where you need to go. So that's kind of what's happening in the near future, and we're going to get into today's program now, which is all about Comedy Night. And my first guest, which is very, very exciting to be on the same stage with our guest, is Dave Russo.
Hey,
Dave.
Lisa, thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Chamber
You know,
Showcase.
I just learned a lot about your intro for the Chamber. First, this is what I'm thinking. Thursday, October 10th, we have our comedy show.
Yes.
I think if people stop by the Frosty Nug beforehand, take advantage of the dispensary, you come to our comedy show, we're going to be much funnier. All right? That's a little cross
That's a little
business.
advice for you, although I do believe that you are pretty darn funny.
Well, thank you. I didn't even know we had a dispensary. By the way, the Frosty Nug is a dispensary. I didn't even know we had a dispensary
The
in
Frosty
Malden.
Nug.
When did this happen?
Yeah.
Where have I been doing?
Well,
What have I been out down the brewery having a few beers? And I
you-
slept through this.
you
See how
may
I'm
have
promoting?
been.
I'm
Yeah.
promoting all these businesses in Malden. That's what I'm doing right
There
now.
you go.
right.
And we're all going to be promoting businesses
Yes.
at the Comedy
Yeah.
Club.
I think this is our 7th year.
I was going to ask you that, is it?
I think it's our
Yeah?
7th year.
Okay.
If you're not familiar, I know you are. You've been to
Well,
the
yeah, I
show.
want you to
if
tell
the people
everybody
from
about
Malden
it.
Access TV and the 02148 aren't familiar with it, every year we do an annual comedy show, and it's in October, so it's geared towards breast cancer awareness. Am I not?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So I'm kind of bummed out I didn't wear my pink shirt, but I'm going on record. You're going to see me in a brand new, phenomenal. I have a brand new, phenomenal pink shirt for Thursday, October 10th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime 7:30. Now for the bill.
That's on tape, so you're stuck. Yes, I do.
Oh, I
Who's
already
gonna
bought
be
the
there?
shirt. I already bought
Okay.
it. It's unbelievable.
All right.
It's I'm going to be looking good then. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so that's enough about me. About the show. Who do we have
Yes.
on the show?
Yeah.
We have everybody's favorite Maldonian, Paul Gilligan. Now, if you don't know who Paul Gilligan is, the past couple of years, there's a lot going on. He's been on Chronicle. He's done a TV series with Charlie Moore, the Mad Fisherman, called Gilligan's Island. It was phenomenal. And pound for pound, probably one of the best comics out there working right now, and that's Paul Gilligan. And, of course, one of my favorites, Maldonian, younger kid, Anthony Stabelli. Of the Stabelli family, very prominent family in Malden, the 02148, love him. He's a writer, director, producer, actor, wrote his own web series, which he starred and wrote and directed. And, the Anthony Stabelli web series. So Skip Diggity is awesome, and you'll see him. You got to pay attention. He's smarter than us. We have to pay attention to his wit. And we have myself, and we have Julie Nolan. Now, Julie Nolan, who did the show last year from Melrose, is associated. I guess we do some cross business with Malden, Melrose, or what have you. And she was a delight last year. We invited her back this year. I actually got to do one of her shows in Melrose last weekend. So we got Julie Nolan coming back, super funny. And we have myself, of course, and
Super
Dave
funny.
Russo, hello. And the more you drink, the funnier I'll get that night if you go to the show. And but our final guy is a gentleman by the name of Ira Proctor. Now, Ira Proctor is a South Shore guy. And pound for pound, one of the funniest guys working tonight, was a hit at the Montreal Comedy Festival. And I'm looking forward to working with him again. And 'cause we haven't worked with each other for a while, so we got him locked up.
So he's your surprise guest.
Yeah, he's my surprise guest because he hasn't been around this way in a while.
Okay.
And I know when he was drawing a night. He was getting a draw, and then he was taking. He's got two sets of kids. He's got two. What do they call them? Doubles. What do they call it? Twins.
Twins?
He got two doubles.
Two doubles.
Anyways, I'll take a couple doubles right now. I seem like I'm drinking on this radio show. I'm laughing right now because I didn't realize that we have a dispensary in Malden. You know how many of my friends got kicked out of Malden High School because they had. Anyways, I'm just teasing right now. So we have a dispensary, we have a brewery, we have phenomenal restaurants, right? And we have very talented, funny comedians. By the way, because Anthony Stabelli's from Malden. He was Mr. Malden High at one year. I don't know what year he graduated with. Paul Gilligan graduated last millennium, that's for sure. I have to tease him. Myself, a Malden High grad, and Julie's from Melrose, so, we'll let that one slide, And then we have a South Shore guy coming in, Ira Proctor, who's fantastic. He is super funny.
So how does this night get organized?
Geez, 7 years ago, I was working out in Vegas. I was working for Wayne Newton Productions, and we were doing some shows out there. Came back. Someone asked me to put a show together. We put it together, I think, at the Malden Moose, if I'm not mistaken.
We did start there, yeah.
And then we went from there. And then we kind of made like a Malden type of show. All the Malden people, we come in and we make people laugh and talk about
But you help organize it. And
Yeah, I
pull
help
it
organize
together
myself
and give
and
yourself
Paul. But I have
credit.
to. Well, Paul Gilligan helps me as well because I said, okay, we've had some of the folks we've had on the show aside from Lenny Clark. I'm pretty sure we've had Hurley. We'd have Joe Yannetti, Tony V, Gilly. I mean, we've had the best of the best in Boston. And this year's no different. This year's no different. But I like the fact it's geared towards breast cancer awareness because, as a Malden guy, you grow up, you want to be that tough guy. I get to wear pink, and I like pink. So I'm going to show the younger generation, us older guys, can change a little bit, and we can wear pink with the best of them.
There you go. Okay. So what do you think, being a Maldonian,
Yes.
born and brought up, hanging out at the old Town Line Bowling Alley
Yes.
in rain, and here we are at Mix 360 and the nightclub. Big
Well,
change?
I'm glad that I'm off the do not let in photo on the front.
You were restricted
No,
behavior?
no. You know what? We used to hang out at the mall,
Sure.
the Town Line, and we never got really in trouble. And I know Anthony very well. That's why I'm teasing him. I've been going. That's a staple.
Yeah.
I mean, and now it's beautiful. What they've done with it now. The back nightclub is legit. It's all shiny. I'm a shiny. It's all shiny stuff, and you can bowl. Where else can you? And I got a couple of jokes on bowling, but they're not from all night.
And it's a beautiful bar area, sports bar.
Well, I mean, like I said, Anthony's picked it up a notch. You know,
Yeah.
the whole city of Malden though has really picked it up. I
Sure.
mean, if everyone else is looking good around, you look like a bum. Hey, pick it up. Let's go. Take a shower.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the whole city's getting a great facelift.
So you were here before City Hall got built across the street, and now you're here
I
when
used to
City
go
Hall
through
comes
City
down.
Hall. Geez, I used to love cutting through City Hall and having a blast as a kid. I kind of miss it a little bit. That was a fun little building.
Oh,
You know.
well, I'm glad.
And
like
but
it.
now we have Pleasant Street. Now we're gonna have, I guess, a Bitcoin. If you're not familiar with Bitcoin, I believe it's like all '80s video games and such like that. They're gonna have a wine bar. So as a guy who travels for a living, I drive for a living, and I live in downtown Malden. I love the fact that I can put my car away in my garage, and I can go and enjoy a video game, a glass of wine, and maybe try to get out of a room. Try to not get out.
There you go. Yeah, the game
Yeah,
rooms.
the game
Yep.
room. So yeah, I mean, I love what Malden's doing
And
right
if
now.
you're too tired to walk home or get to your car, you can take a green bike, a Lime
You
bike.
know what? I've actually I've driven the green. I've
Have
driven.
you?
You know what? I'm actually a proponent for it. I didn't know how I felt about it. Can we talk about this? It's a pro thing. I didn't really know how I felt about the Lime bikes because some people were complaining, some people weren't complaining. And then I'm driving by Kerstead Park one day, and I saw a little girl on a bike with her mother, smiling like you wouldn't believe. And then down the street, I see another kid smiling on the green bike, and then I saw some kid totally getting a girl's number from the green bike. Totally like some young kid getting his, and I said, these Lime bikes are great. I mean, I always had a bike as a kid. I couldn't imagine not having a bike. I didn't have a brand new bike, but I had a bike.
Yeah.
So if this helps the community with young kids have the bike, yeah, man, get it. Because you know what? Get them riding the bikes, man. They got to lose some of those pounds.
There you
You
go.
know, you're opening up a dispensary. Now the kids are going to smoke. They're going to get the munchies are going to eat, and they're going to get bigger. So now we're going to get these Lime bikes to cross, break out the heaviness.
Well, I think that laughter is a good exercise as well.
Listen,
Nothing better than a good laugh, and nothing better than having you make us laugh.
Well,
So-
we've the Malden sense of humor has been helpful. You know, the late great John Panette was a Malden guy, and we've had some great entertainers that have come out of.
Yeah, no,
out of
there,
Malden,
that's
you know?
for sure. So on behalf of the Chamber, though, I want to say how much we appreciate your help in pulling this together. We look forward to seeing you there that night. Now, my company that I work for, we have 2 premium seats at the bar.
Okay.
And that's where you guys hang out. So we'll
Yes.
see you at the bar.
Okay, we'll see you at the bar.
And then
All
we'll go to the
fantastic.
Nug.
Then we'll go to the Nug. All right, sure.
Thanks for coming on
And
the show.
Well, how about we do this? Why don't we go to the bar? We'll try the Nug, and then we'll see if we can drive the lime green bike.
There you go. That's a threefer.
Wait, I might want to set myself up with that.
Oh,
Anyway,
all
we
right.
love Malden. We love the
All
O2
right.
148.
Thanks for
And
coming.
don't forget. Before we kick me off, we have to say thank you to Joan because Joan kicks butt for the chamber as
Yes,
well.
she does. Well, she's my next guest.
Oh,
We have
Joan's
a
the next
lot
guest.
to talk
the
about.
The lead in for the next guest.
There
I
you
nailed
go.
it.
All right.
Awesome. All
Thanks.
We're out of here.
Have a great
I love
night.
you. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I got gigs.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Willie Ortiz is a real MATV viewer, not an actor. So to help tell his story, we got a couple of MATV celebrities.
My life was so ho-hum. I had nothing going on.
Life had no spice, no flavor.
Then I started watching MATV.
Now he's cooking with gas.
Nya, nya, nya.
Now I can learn about a ton of new things, from Malden's current events to wrestling, Indian dance, and I'm even learning new recipes.
The stochastic nature of the programming totally blew me away.
Is that a scientific term?
Yeah, it kind of means random.
Now I have a whole new lease on life, thanks to MATV, where members make it happen.
Dove i soci contribuiscono.
What she said.
MATV, Malden's Media Center.
Welcome back to Chamber Showcase. I'm Lisa O'Loughlin, and I just have to say that this is the first time I've ever had a comedian on stage for this show, And I was a little nervous, but I think we had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Now, for a little more serious guest, my next guest is our own very own executive director, Joan Mangeau. Joan, always good to have you with me here.
Thank you,
are
Lisa. But now I won't be serious. Now I'm gonna be a comedian.
You're
all
gonna
of
be
a
a
sudden.
comedian?
Yes, I'm gonna try my best.
Well, maybe we can have you at the comedy show too then. We have a lot to talk about, though, a lot
sure
going
do.
on with the chamber, but I think we should start with your move.
Yes. The chamber moved August 28th. We moved from 2 Maplewood Street over to 6 Pleasant Street, the 5th floor, for a number of reasons, but it is a beautiful, bright office right in the heart of Malden. And it's so easy for us to get to all of our members and for our members to get to us.
Yeah. And you're all settled in?
Oh, there are still boxes, yes, but it'll take a while. But it's a great space and it's a great location.
You're going to have an open house coming up?
We
a
are
meet
going to
and
have an
greet?
open house,
Yeah.
and I have to talk to Kevin Duffy about organizing a ribbon cutting for
Uh-huh.
us.
Good.
So look for that.
Well, as you know, and many maybe our viewers, you are going to all the ribbon cuttings.
I'm doing
this
my
will
best.
be
to
your own.
Be my own.
Your own.
Yes,
so
I'll
you'll
host
be there.
it. Yes.
And I'll certainly do my best to get there as
Thank
well.
you.
Sure. So a couple of new things. I always, as you heard me, I always promote the website and to
Yes.
go on the website full of a lot of information. But also you're doing something new with the website, and it looks like you're highlighting an industry, a specific industry. This past month being the dental
This
practice.
coming month.
This
In
coming month.
October, we're going to highlight all the dentists and orthodontists
Mm-hmm.
who are members of the chamber in good standing in Malden. And we're going to talk about that industry as being so important to the community and what they contribute to everybody here in the city.
I could just imagine Dave Russo with a few jokes about root canals and what's
Oh,
worse than a
yes,
dentist or
yes,
whatever, but he's
exact-
gone, so we're
exactly,
okay
but
with that one.
No, I'm being very serious about
yep,
this.
no, I know, you
and,
see?
And so what we want to do every month is highlight a specific industry
Mm-hmm.
segment in Malden so that it's wonderful publicity for our members. And it's a great way for people to say, oh, gee, I didn't realize we had so many dentists. Or next month it's going to be lawyers and then real
Oh,
estate
another
agents.
comedian.
Seriously,
Oh.
seriously. So I opened myself up for that one.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, we have a lot of great businesses here in the city, and we're going to highlight them by segment.
Good. I hope you get to healthcare soon. Before I
It's on
retire
the
again.
list. Before you retire
Before I
again. Yes,
retire
yes,
again.
yes. There'll be
Okay.
none of that, Lisa.
And now tell me about your Facebook book group that you're trying to get people to sign up.
Actually, that was started by someone else, but we are active participants in it. So it's basically open to any business in the city to post and promote their events or their specials or their programs, whatever they want to.
So our chamber members can do that.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
And now most importantly,
Yes.
Comedy night.
Yes.
So a quick piece of history for our viewers.
Mm-hmm.
It does support breast cancer awareness and
That's
treatment
correct.
and whatnot. And a few years ago, you were in a different position,
I was, yes.
and you were the recipient.
I was. I worked for an organization which was at the time Hallmark Health, and we were the recipient of part of the proceeds of the evening. One of the amazing things about the Malden Chamber is for all of our major events, we give a portion of our proceeds to a local nonprofit.
Right.
In October, it just makes sense to do an organization that works with breast awareness, breast cancer awareness, and this year it happens to be Cambridge Health Alliance.
That's great. And you're right about the chamber always providing a scholarship or a donation or something. I mean, I've said this before on TV. It's one of the most generous chambers that I've ever belonged to.
Absolutely, and we really do consider that core to our mission is to give back to the community that is so good to us.
Yeah, no, that's true. And we have a bunch of other stuff. I always try to mention what's coming up.
Sure.
So I mentioned the after hours and ales. That's
Yes.
that's a tongue twister.
It is a bit of a tongue twister. It'll be even more so after you have some ale.
I suppose so. And then if I go to the Nug with Dave Russo,
Yeah,
I'm really in
really.
trouble.
Okay.
Okay. But that is coming up, and I know that you have information on your website.
It is on the website, and we also, if people want to know how to reach us, how to find out what we're doing,
Yep.
first we send a blast email to everybody who registers for our email.
Okay.
That could be members, that could be friends, that could be community members. And we're able to send you all the information about upcoming events or programs you can attend anything regardless of whether you're a member or not. There may be a fee if you're not a member, but we welcome people who are not members to join us and see what we're all about. So that's one way, is through the blast email. Also, we've got an incredible presence right now on Facebook and Twitter. So that's another way to get your information about what's happening in the chamber, what's happening in Malden, what kind of events are we promoting at the same time. And then there's always the website. So what we try to do is drive people to the website for more information.
Right. So on every show I mention that, as well as the newsletter that you send out to everybody
That's
with
right.
all the information.
With all the information,
And
correct.
people, if I understand correctly, a business can send you something to put on there.
Absolutely. And our newsletter is 95% information from our chamber members.
Yeah, it was pretty involved this month. I mean, there was a lot there.
There was a lot there, and that's great. That
is
means
great.
people are paying attention,
Yep.
and it's a great way because there are more than 1,000 people on our list. There are well more than 1,000 people on our Facebook page. So somehow your information is getting out there
Yeah.
through us.
That's great. And the information on comedy night is also
Is
out there,
on
obviously.
the
but
website, yes, and as a matter of fact, you can buy your tickets for the comedy night right on the website.
Yep.
And I really do encourage people to buy their tickets in advance. Last year, it was a total sellout.
Yeah.
Actually, we oversold a little
right.
bit.
And people showed at the door, and
People showed at the
space
door.
was a concern.
And space is a concern.
Yep.
And we're very lucky to have it at Mix 360, and we're very lucky to have such a generous member as Anthony Dakotas. So we try to accommodate everybody that we can, but we do reach a point where we have to turn people away. And we don't want to do that. This is a great evening. I run a lot of events. This event, I have so much fun at.
Yeah.
And that is really difficult for somebody who runs events to say. This is fun.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's funny. too.
Fun,
You
funny,
do
yes,
laugh
it
all
is.
night.
You
really
do.
do.
You
And
absolutely
we just
do.
got a little piece of it, and he was being conservative.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think he was being conservative. Phew, thank goodness. So what else is going on? Now you've got the new member get together coming up. I think that's important.
We do. One of the things we tried this year for the first time was a member drive. And what we did is we had certain current members donate items as sort of incentives for new members to join. So if businesses were thinking about joining and they weren't quite sure, we had all sorts of cool things in this bag, like a coupon for Minuteman Press, which had a pretty substantial discount, a free ice cream cone from Dairy Delight. A ticket to comedy night is in the package.
Oh.
2 tickets to Greater Boston Stage Company to a play of your choice in season 20.
Wow.
So we also had Malden Homepages donated a customized email. They have an email list of 12,000 people. So as a new member, you could contact Malden Homepages. They will custom design an email for you and send it to their 12,000 addresses. So this was a really nice, solid package to entice people to make your decision at the end of the summer. So we got 8 new members from this.
That's
so
wonderful.
it's terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good. I know your membership committee
Yes.
works really hard at it.
The membership committee is fabulous.
Yeah.
They really make everybody feel welcome. And to your point that earlier, you said that if you don't know anybody, don't be afraid to go to any of our
Right.
after hours, because members of the membership committee are there and they will take you around and introduce you and welcome you as new members. That's their function, is to make sure that you feel welcome and all your questions are answered. We're also going to have a new member reception on November 19th, which this year we really want it to be a gala. We want it to be very joyful and happy and celebrating our new members, celebrating our current members, and we want everybody to come and meet these new members and welcome them into the chamber.
So we're still looking for a location
We are
for that.
looking for a location for that,
Well, if
but
it's
I
a gala,
promise
if it's a
going
gala.
to be someplace very nice.
Yeah, nice. That's really great. Okay, so back to comedy night,
Yes.
because it is coming up soon. What's the minimum or the maximum you can have attend?
250.
And what are you up to now in tickets?
We're
Getting close.
We are, but remember it's 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So we still
You have room if somebody,
We have
somebody
room
who's watching
if
the show.
someone wants
So I wanted to get
yes,
this.
but I guarantee you, the days leading
oh,
up
yes.
to it, it will be sold out.
It
Yes.
absolutely does.
Yes.
So I wanted to get this show
Yes.
as early as we could
That's
to get
great.
it out there
Yes.
so that people will see it if you watch MATV. You'll catch the show and you're going to get it out on your website.
We put it on the website and we
Yeah.
put it on Facebook as
Okay.
well.
So I
there are
got to
many
put a little
ways to
pressure
see
on
it.
the control room out there to get this taped and out in the big world so that people can see it and know about Comedy Night and Idle Hands networking and
Idle Hands will be
everything else
fabulous.
coming up. And call for tickets.
Call for tickets, or you can go right
right on the
online
website,
and
that's
go
right.
right
The
on the
PayPal.
website and use PayPal, use your credit card.
Yeah.
It is so simple.
Okay.
That's the way of the world.
Yeah.
That's how people get
Well,
tickets
this is
now.
true.
But
Okay.
feel free to call.
Yeah.
I deliver.
You deliver. You
Yes.
do. You're all over the place. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about the Chamber, about Comedy Night, Idle Hands, new members? This is your chance to
This is my
speak to the
chance.
world.
Yes, I know. Well, you've already covered a lot of my thunder here.
Oh.
So I think I encourage people to come to Comedy Night. It's a great evening. Everybody comes to this. This is a great way to see old friends, make new friends, have a lot of laughter, and support Cambridge Health Alliance.
Right. And women's breast initiatives in
Exact-
general.
in general.
It's a bigger statement than
Exactly.
that.
That's
and
exactly.
food is
Food is dinner is included in
Dinner,
your
that's
$40 ticket price,
Yep.
and it's always good food.
Yep.
So it's an evening not to be missed.
right. So Dave mentioned all the comedians that are going to
Yes,
be there.
yes.
And the surprise comedian. He
The
actually gave it
surprise.
right out there, so
He
it's no
did.
surprise
It-
now.
It is no surprise.
At least our viewers will
We
know.
were going to try to do it like Mystery Date. Do you
Yeah.
remember that old game? You open the door and there's your Mystery Date.
Oh, yeah?
We were going to do it like that.
Oh.
We decided no,
No,
we'd try
you
it this
just
way.
got it right out there
Yes,
so
but as
everybody
Dave-
knows.
As Dave said, he is a South Shore person and
Yeah.
tends to stay on the South
Yeah.
Shore. So we're very fortunate.
Yeah,
They'll
I guess so.
actually cross the Tobin
Yeah.
Bridge and come over here.
And there's nothing wrong with having a Melrose comedian, is
And
there,
I
Joan? Us
know, and I
Melrosians.
I didn't like how
We
he said,
cross
"We'll
over the
just
line." Yeah, I know.
You don't need a passport to go between Melrose and
Well,
Malden."
and I wasn't going to comment to get him going any further on that theme. So, again, it's a great lineup. So the comedians do about 15, 20 minutes each, and
They
there's
do.
breaks in between. There's dinner.
There is no break in between.
Oh,
The
they
comedians
run
go
after the other?
on.
Okay.
Yes, but you have plenty of time to socialize
Yep.
and eat between 6 and 7:30.
Okay.
And then Cambridge Health Alliance also has some amazing raffle items too,
Okay.
because they too are helping their cause by raising money at that time
Yeah.
by selling raffles.
Okay. And Cambridge Health Alliance, Joy is on our
Joy,
board
mhm,
of
Joy
directors
Curtis. Yes,
and
she
on
is.
the committee.
Yes, she is.
But couldn't make it today
That's
to
correct.
give her own shout out. So I'll give Joy a shout out and have her on my show another time.
That's
I told
great.
her. So,
That's great.
Okay. So that kind of wraps up this show. We do have a lot going on. We hope to see you first and foremost September 24th at the Idle Hands networking event, and then October 10th at Comedy Night. Go to the website, get your information, buy your tickets online.
Call me, email me. You can find me.
I'm sure, yes. And you have an assistant there as
I
well,
do,
Mary
Mary
Ann,
Ann
who's
Cohen.
very good.
She's
So
excellent.
you've got plenty of help to manage all
Yes,
of
I
this,
do.
and you got committees going.
Yes.
So
Everybody's very invested in the chamber.
that's great. So we'll see you at these events, and if not, I'll see you here next month for another edition of Chamber Showcase. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.